Hello beautiful people, it's a girl Genie and it's Genie's signature. So welcome to my tutorial for today. So today I'm making this beautiful organdy boo as you saw on the thumbnail. That one was made use of with different shades of organdy, but this was what I got in the market and that was what my client requested for. But she told me I can go ahead and buy this. You understand what I mean? So I made it with a trouser underneath it just to give it a little bit of an elegance, you understand? So this my tutorial is very simple, it's very direct, it's very short, and it's very beginner friendly. So you're going to be using like a spaghetti strap or top to wear it inside, or you can sew a gown to wear if you don't want a trouser. Yeah. So now let's go over to the cotton. So I folded my fabric into 4 images of 3 yards of fabric for this. So I folded into 4 because I'll be cutting both the front and the back simultaneously. So I've gotten the length. I'll be using the whole length of the fabric. So it's because it's going to be a flowing gown. So now I'll just use my divide. What I'm using is 3 inches for my neck width. I can increase it to 3.5 later, but I used 3 inches, which was okay. And then I slanted my shoulder by 2 inches, and then I'll be connecting that to the 3 inches width of the neckline, like so. So the next thing to do now is to get my round sleeve measurement. So for your round sleeve, just divide into 2, and then you get, for mine, my client's images of about 11 inches, so it's supposed to be free. And then on the chest area where I came down by the armhole, whatever, I'll divide my hip by 4 and then add about, depending on how bogus you want it to be, but mine, I ended up adding about 9 inches extras to the hip measurements, and then that was what I got. So for the back neck depth, I'll be making use of 1 inch. So I'll just use my chalk and then carve that out a bit and then take it all the way down to the length of the gown, like so. And so I'll just go ahead and cut this out so that I'll remove the back piece from the front piece. So if this is your first time of stumbling upon my channel, please kindly check out my other tutorials. They are very mouth-watering and they are quite detailed. So around this side, I'll just cut out about 1/2 inch just to make that place even or straight, as you can see. So the next thing to do now is to just cut out the neck line for the back piece that I came down by 1 inch for, and then I'll slant the shoulder. So now the next thing to do is to separate the front from the back. So I'll remove the back from the front so that I'll be able to adjust the neckline for the front. And then place it back like this. So for the neck depth for the front, you can make use of the depth that you want, but for this particular tutorial I made use of about 9 inches. Make use of 9 inches, and at the point where I did that 9 inches, I'll go in by 1 inch, because this is going to be a V neckline. So I'll just slant it to get to my neck width like so. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. And at that point where I marked that my 1 inch, I'll be giving it a notch of about 1/2 inch, so that by the time I'm sewing my collar, it will sit perfectly well. So this is the front and then this is the back. So you can see the way the neckline is in the front, like so. So I'll be placing right sides facing each other. right sides facing each other, and then I'll go ahead and sew it down by half inches on both sides respectively. Just go ahead and sew it half inch respectively, and then I'll be back to show you the next step. So having done that, this is what we have. So I'm gonna need to give it a press so that it will lay flat. So the next thing to do now is to open up our bubble gown or bubble organza gown. So just open it up like so that it will be obvious. You can see the neckline, that it's quite obvious right now. So all you need to do now is to measure from one point of that notched part in the front to the other side of this front part. But I'm just going to get in the midpoint for this first, because I've already cut out a collar that I'll be making use of. So let me just notch this middle part. So I already have it notched here. So let me bring I ended up folding about 2 inches on fold. You can see I folded 2 inches, and then this is what I'll be using for my collar. Cut out a very long strip, but if you want an accurate thing, just go ahead and measure your neckline before you do that. But because I had enough fabric to use, that's why I didn't bother to measure it. But if you want an accurate job, just go ahead and measure from your one notched part across the back to the other side, and then you're going to be placing it like this, and then you're going to be attaching it until you get to that notched part in the front on both sides like this. You know, the way we fix this kind of colors, just go ahead and fix that. So having done that, this is what I have. This is going to be kind of a little bit of a difficult, but you're going to be getting through it. You know, it's a very lightweight material, so it's bound to happen. There's no perfection. You just have to try your best to do it as neat as possible. So you can see the inside. This is what we have. So I'm going to be using my weaving machine to make it neat later. So I've already gotten the midpoint of my gown, so I used that place as a reference point, the midpoint of where I did my collar, and I came down by my half length measurement, which was 15 inches or 16 inches. Yeah, so that's what I was trying to get there. And right there on that line, I'll be imputing my belt. So if your waist is 40, divide your waist by 2. So just divide your waist by 2, and then you're going to be putting one side, like if it's 40 divided by 2 is 20, then you place 10 on one side and 10 on one side. You mark it. That is where you're going to be placing your belt. So for the belt, just go ahead and cut out the way we fold our belt. You can see mine on fold, I have about 1.5 inches or 2 inches, depending on the fabric you have or how you want it to be. So you pin it down, and you're going to be going ahead to sew it down inwards like this. And then you go ahead and fold your sleeves, the round sleeve, you fold it by half inch, and then so to this particular belt, I'm not going to be using the conventional belt. I'm making use of a side belt. Like I'll place the way I placed in the front, I'm going to be placing at the back as well. I believe you understand. So I'm going to be tying it sideways. You know, if it were to be the other belt, so you're going to be doing exactly what you did in the front for the back piece as well. Just make sure exactly what you have from your half length, and then you divide your waist measurement and then place it appropriately like so. So just measure it and then place it exactly as it is like that. So go ahead and place them, and then go ahead and sew it all the way by the sides like so. So just go ahead and then place it. Use your pins to hold it down to avoid stories that touch. So when you're going to be tying it, like I said, you're going to be tying it 1 for one side, 2 for one side, 2 for one side. Like it will be by the side. It will not be like the conventional one that you tie and you take the weight to the back. So I've gone ahead to do that, and then I've sewn it, and then I've given it a very good press. And you can see the sides, you can see the lower part. I've gone ahead to turn it. So let me just flip it over so that you see the way it looks right from inside after I attached the belt. So you can see what I meant when I told you that it was not going to be the conventional belt thing. So this is how you're going to be tying it. As you can see, just tie it like this, so it won't be obvious when you're wearing it that you even tied a belt. You know, it's a see-through material, so when you tie it like this, it's going to be giving it a fitting somehow. It will not be too bogus, but any day you want it bogus, you can just lose the ropes and it's going to be looking bogus. But any day you want it tightly fitted, you can just tie it like this and then you're good to go. So if you enjoyed watching this tutorial, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and please don't forget to leave beautiful comments. Yeah, so this is our tutorial for today, and we have come to the end. So thank you all, and may God continue to bless you, and may God continue to bless us. Yeah, so thank you all. And like I always say, this is Genius Signatures, and I'll be signing out. Thank you, and God bless you. So see you all in my next tutorial. Love you all. Kisses. Ciao.